90% of forex traders lose money if they are trading, depositing $10, $100, $20,000. No matter the amount, they still keep losing. All right. Now, this is mainly simple because of one or two reasons. One, risk management. Now, traders, they don't understand how to actually manage risk. Two, analysis. Some traders, they do have the best strategy, but they actually are bad at actually precise doing the analysis. Now, risk management, it is simple. This is way simple. The risk management works with analysis. Now, you can't have a theory without practical. So, here's what you have to do in order for you to actually understand this. If right now your goal is to trade a trend line, this is point one, this is what you know, this is what most traders they know, 2, 3. All right. Then you draw your trend line just like this, connecting your 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3. You want to buy here, and you also point 1 here, point 2, point 3. You place your trend line just like that. Now, you're expecting to take what? A sell trade here. So, the difficult thing is about understanding the number of points when it comes to risk management. Now, from this point, let's name this point A, and this point B. From here to here, if right now the points are showing that your profit $10, just for example. Now, from this point of A here, the risk that you're taking, let's say, is $5. This is where traders, they actually start losing money because you can't risk $5 to profit $10. According to staying profitable, according to how I actually trade, based on my experience and based on other traders that were trading with me, you can be able to sustain or stay alive or survive trading in the market if your risk to reward ratio is like this. I'm not saying ditch the strategy that you're using, but make sure that your risk to reward ratio is like this. You are risking 1 to profit 4 times what you are risking. So if you are risking 5, at least profit 4 times that 5. That is simple and easy to understand. Simple, easy. Now let's actually be practical. This is our trade. This is the trade that we have, and we're doing some other tutorial teaching you how to risk on another or previous tutorial here. Now we've got into a stop loss here. So deposit was $10 and we lost a $4.89. Now, if we lost the $4.89, that simply means that we're left with 5, right? 5 point something, 5.30, all right? Now, since we're left with 5.30, we go to what? We go to trade. We go to this trade that we actually took off a sell chart and change to volatility 51S. Now we want to understand based on the stop loss that we've selected and the take profit. We press here, time frame M15. Now when we look here, we can see that profit is $18. All right, can you see the profit and number of points? Profit is what? $18 plus. Now stop loss is what? Stop loss is $3. So this simply means that we are actually expecting to profit $18 on this trade and only risking $3. So based on the risk to reward ratio, we can go to our calculator and do like this and say 18.05 divided by 3.23. That will give us 5 to 5, which means our risk to reward ratio now, we are risking 1 to profit 5 times the risk. We are risking what? 1 to profit what? 5 times the risk, which means we are risking 3.23 to profit what? 5 times, which is 18.05 cents. Simple and easy to actually see. Now, once we do profit the 18, what do we do with this amount of money? Do we withdraw it or do we continue increasing lot size? No, we don't increase lot size. We stick to what the maximum risk that we can take. Maximum risk that we can take is here. This is the maximum risk that we can take here. This is the maximum risk that we can take, which is 7. we can take 7. So if right now the maximum risk that we can take is 7, so we'll say 18 divided by 7. If we profit that will give us 2. Which means now this gives us what, a way to see that no, we can't be able to afford the maximum risk in most cases. So what we'll have to do is make sure that we go to the minimum risk, right? At least risk this much of 3.23. If we risk this way, then this gives us what? This gives us many chances to actually trade, because on a weekly basis, or we're expecting, let's say, 5 trades. We're expecting to trade 5 times. And if we're expecting to trade 5 times, we'll say 5 times by this minimum here, which is 3.5 times 3.23. That will give us 16. So which means we can be able to trade 16 times by risking what? Risking the $3.23. So it gives us more opportunity to what? To risk, so that we can be able to what? We took another sell here. We took another sell position. Let's close that. We were not supposed to take that sell position there. All right. So you can see, right? I trust this makes sense. I trust you do understand. If you don't understand, please let me know, because this is simple. Now, if you go to profit, you lock in profit, or you break even if you go to profit. But given that you're using what? Using the market structure. If you go to 5M, you don't see any structure. And you go to 1M, there's no any structure. Now, if they break this area here, all right, if they break this area, then now we can be able to what? To log in profit. And when we log profit in profit, we log it somewhere here, or we can log it here. All right, because this will be the high here, this will be the low. So if you break this low, stop loss will go above there, which means now we are almost at least at break even. So we're not risking that much. So I can go to 15M and I can look at this higher, low. I don't like trading structure. I don't like trading line. I don't like even using the trend line, except if I'm using the hard time frame. If right now I can use H4, which I can now be able to apply the trend line, because this will give me 1:4 if I'm using the hard time frame. So that is why the hard time frame, I prefer it if I want to use the trend, and I can also use even the daily time frame. Right, I can also use the daily time frame, but the daily time frame gives me more chances to actually to trade even higher lot size, because of the risk to reward ratio. It's no longer 1:4, but at least it's around 1:10. Sometimes it can go to 1:20, depending on the asset that we are trading during that time. So now, that's all that you have to understand about what risk management. When we look at analysis, I trade the high of the day and low of the day. Simple and easy and straightforward. The trend line, you can trade the trend line, but as I mentioned, you can use H4 daily or even weekly to trade what? The trend line. Now, when you look at the market structure, support and resistance, you can actually what? Apply it here. You can also apply it here. That's simple and easy. So it is important to always take note of, if right now you move from this point area to this point area, how many points do you have, or do you expect to profit point A to point B? If it's 10, then that's good. If it's less than that, or if it's 10, let's say if it's 10 and you're risking 1 or you're risking 2, it's way better. All right, it's way better. So this is how you can be able to understand the risk management and analysis, right? And this is what keeps many traders losing money, 90%, because of what? Not understanding the risk to reward ratio. Risk management, how much we are risking, how much do you stand to lose, how much money do you stand to gain. Then compare your analysis. Simple and easy. So this is how you can be able to turn your $10 account to $100 account, only if you understand risk to reward ratio, risk management, analysis. All right. So if we are looking at analysis, we like to trade high for the day, the low for the day. We like to trade support and resistance, supply and demand. You just have to understand that this also plays a role. And this risk to reward ratio, the time frame when it comes to using or you getting an entry, let's say you're using H4, just for example, the time frame that you can use is 15M to confirm the entry and set a stop loss, 5M, 1M. The other time frames that you can use, but these are recommended time frames. Then you can be able to set what to set a stop loss using these time frames, because they are lower time frames that will assist you to risk less money. So you're not going to be risking too much, but you'll be risking less based on these time frames. So if you're applying this strategy, take note of time frame. Important. So be careful of that. So if you have any questions, you let me know in the comment section below, and let me know what strategy are you applying so that I can actually guide you through some of the things that you need to understand.